Hey everyone, it's Fun Around, and my name is Jordan. Got to keep the Cavaliers hat on because they keep on winning. It's pretty crazy, but I'm not going to get too excited. It's not the playoffs or the championship. Maybe they can get the end season championship. I can get like a pennant for that. And speaking of the end season tournament, this will be the first slate of games for the in season tournament, kind of like the round robin thing that they do to get the seeds set. So this Tuesday will be for the in season tournament. So none of the teams are on the back to back. I don't think they want to have any teams going in on a back to back because then they'll have that disadvantage. So everyone should be fresh and ready to go. I do have a couple of picks from the lines that are currently out. I will take a look later in the morning to see what else has come out, like Devin Booker assist. He's been passing the ball great, and he's got a really great matchup for assists. I just want to see how high that line comes out at, stuff like that. But you will see images that come up on the screen right there. That'll be from a data app called Outlier. There's a link in the description that'll give you a 7-day free trial for Outlier. So like previous videos, I'm going to stick to it, checking the boxes to just at least get a good read on the play. I'll talk about the plays. I had 4 of them for today, Monday, and you'll be watching on Tuesday. I had 4 of them for Monday, and I'll talk about those afterwards. And some changes I think I might need to make when looking at those plays. But one of the first lines that popped out to me is Anthony Edwards over 3.5 3-pointers made -148. You could probably ladder this up to 4.5 for plus money, just the way he's been shooting it. So you'll see the matchup on the screen. Second most 3-pointers to the shooting guard position. They actually give up a ton of points to the shooting guard position, rebounds and assists. His PRA line is pretty high. If I were to focus on one thing, it would just be his points. If you want to get away from the 3-pointers made and just look at one of those, I would go with his points. My only worry is a potential blowout and him sitting. So but points does look good for him in this matchup. So matchup, I give it an A plus. It doesn't get much better other than the most 3-pointers made to the shooting guard position. Recent history, he's gone over 9 out of the last 10 games to start the season, and he's shooting 12 3-pointers a game at 46%, almost doubled the 3-point attempts that he was shooting last year. He has talked about this. I think it was Shaquille O'Neal said, like, why aren't you taking it to the basket? Why are you taking so many threes? And he's just like, in kind words, just like, screw that. I'm going to keep on shooting the threes because they're giving it to him. They keep going under the screen and the shot's there, so he's going to keep on taking it, and it's been working out for him. He's hitting threes at almost a historic rate. So recent history is an A or A plus. Like, it is very good, and to go along with this matchup. So head-to-head history, this season he went up against the Trailblazers on November 8th, so not too long ago. He made 9 3-pointers against them. That was insane. So that's why I feel like you could ladder this up to 4.5. If you're feeling a little bit lucky, you go 5.5. But definitely you could jump this up to 4.5 for that plus money. He's just on fire right now. So if you go back to last season, his head-to-head, he went over 1 out of 4 games against them, but he took just 5 3-point attempts a game. So 7 less attempts that he is shooting today. So I still give the head-to-head history a B plus just because of that 9 3-pointer game, and that's the most recent head-to-head history. That's just a crazy amount of threes. And then home and away, he's gone over in 3 out of 4 road games, so I'll give that a B. So overall, really like this matchup and history for Anthony Edwards on the over for 3-pointers made. So if you guys could, please like the video, and if you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you have a little bit of extra time, could you leave a comment for the algorithm? You could just put the number 11. I am filming on 11/11, so number 11. And if you'd like to get away from something like Prizepicks, try out other apps with different payouts, higher payouts, all that good stuff. Try out Underdog Fantasy, Sleeper, ParlayPlay, ChalkBoard, and new to the final round 11, promo code FAMILY is better. They'll do a match up to $200. The others will do up to $100. Links are in the description. That'll take you straight there with the promo code, and that is promo code FINALROUND11. Thank you to anyone who uses those. So the second pick that popped up, really good matchup, really good history, is actually going to be Kyle Lowry over 0.5 steals at -125. His matchup versus the Knicks. Knicks are giving up the 10th most steals to the point guard position. So I give that a B matchup. And then recent history-wise, he has gotten a steal in 7 out of the last 8 games. And now he's getting 30-plus minutes because Tyrese Maxey is injured. So he's going to have a lot of opportunities here. And he is very familiar with the Knicks. So head-to-head history, he played them 10 different times last season. One of them was with the Heat, and then the rest were with the Sixers. One of those games, the very last one, he didn't play much, so he didn't get one there. But he still got a steal in 7 out of 10 games that he played against them. And if you look at the games he played 30-plus minutes in, he got a steal in 5 out of 6 games. So he definitely knows the Knicks. He knows this team he's going up against. So I give that a B. And then home and away, he's gone over in 3 out of 4 games at home this season. So I give that a B as well. So really good matchup here, really good history. Just need him to get one steal where he's playing a lot of minutes in an end-season tournament. I don't know how much these guys really care about that. Maybe it's going to become something more and more that they care about. I know they get like a bonus if for winning it, so playing for the money there. But Joel Embiid will be back for the Sixers. Just a note there. So I'm staying away from Lowry's points. Actually looked pretty good. His assist line got really high. So I was thinking about his assist line potentially. But Paul George has been getting a ton of assists. His rebounds assist pops out whenever you look at the data. So 2 plays right now, potentially more in the pinned comment for the other games. And they bring out other lines. There are players that I was looking at who you would consider lower name players that looked really good on paper. I just didn't put them there because they had games where they just kind of disappeared. I just left them off, but they ended up going over and they had really good games. So it's just things like that. I just need more information on their rotation, and I'll talk about that for one of my plays. But if you'd like to discuss lines further, I have a Discord. Link is in the description. You can go on in there, talk about the NBA, talk about, I was going to say baseball. I've been doing this for a while. Talk about NFL plays for Thursday Night Football. Talk about esports, all that good stuff. It's free. You can just jump on in there, join the community. And then as far as a recap goes, I had the Jordan Poole under rebounds assist for 7.5. The data looked good on everything. He had only gone over once this season, and news came out later in the day that Kyle Kuzma was going to come back, and I was like, okay, well, that's going to help out with his assists a little bit. So the line jumped up to 8.5, and then it got bumped back down, and then it ended up being a plus money play. And then news that Fred VanVleet, one of the Rockets' top defenders on the perimeter, point guard, was ruled out. And I was like, I actually don't feel too confident about this one now. But still, it was the read technically was still good because playing with Kuzma, he had gone under. It was the rebounds that really helped him out there. And he took a lot less shots than he normally does with Kuzma there. I don't know what it is. I'm going to be staying away from unders that look like they're going to be popular. I have a feeling, this is just a conspiracy theory, that some of these guys, if I was a player, I'd kind of check out my lines before the game, see what they think I'm going to be able to do. And if I saw I was trending on an under, I'd be like, okay, I see you guys. You don't think I can do this? And I'd go out and play a lot harder. I'd go out and try to get rebounds and stuff like that. I'd take a lot less shots and try to get those assists. Um, there was a game last year. There was this guy on Twitter. I'm not going to say his name, but he had a read on Kyle Kuzma, and it was Kyle Kuzma playing against this certain team and this certain player, and he said Kyle Kuzma was scared to play against that guy, and I think it was like Lowry Markkinen. Like he was afraid to play against Lowry Markkinen. And so he took the under on his points. So Kyle Kuzma, I was watching the game. He's scoring well, and then near the end of the game, he starts shooting and shooting and shooting, making a ton of shots, and he ends up going over. And then after the game, not like about 30 minutes after the game, he replies to that tweet like with a wink face, like he knew what that guy had said. So it's like just picking an under and it becomes popular. I have a feeling these guys just hear about it. I think the read was there and everything. I'm going to stay away from unders unless it looks like really good and it's something that can be like low key. But I think the Jordan Poole under went big and popular all over the place. Other people were seeing it too, and it just became really popular. So yeah, he had his best game of the year, rebounds and assists. So that one did not hit. You probably won't see too many unders from me. I know someone said, hey, just keep doing the unders. It's just even when it looks good and the data's all there and the matchups all there, they just tend to have really, really good games. I don't know what it is. So the next pick was Alex Sarr over 1.5 blocks. He's been extremely consistent with that, so he hit that. I would recommend taking a look at that just about every time for those 1.5 blocks until it goes up to 2.5, because he just keeps on hitting it. And then another read that I felt very, very, very good about was De'Aaron Fox over 4.5 rebounds. The data for that looked really good. Like he had gone over in every single away game. He ended up hitting that. And then the last one that I kind of I was going based off of a new role, and it was for Jose Alvarado, and it was based off of CJ McCollum being out, Jordan Hawkins being out, DeJounte Murray being out, all those guys being out. He was playing 30 plus minutes. He was scoring a ton. He was shooting a ton of volume. And then he comes out and he plays like the first 4 minutes, gets taken off the court, comes back for another 4 minutes, taken off the court, plays the first 4 minutes of the third, taken off the court, goes to the locker room. Something was wrong. He ends up playing 18 minutes and makes just one three-pointer, and that was it. The whole read was based off him being in this role, and I shouldn't take a guy like Jose Alvarado and just group him in with a high line. So I probably won't be doing that in the future unless it's like a new rule where a guy's like out for the season, and we've seen it for like 10 games straight. Like if he was playing 30 minutes plus for 10 games straight because of this injuries, then I'd feel more confident with it. But it was just like a 4 or 5 game stretch, and then he plays 18 minutes and does nothing. So ends up going under. And strangely enough, I was also looking at Brandon Ingram, of course, because Zion was out, and his line came out of 23.5. It got bumped up to 24.5. He was in the 20s going into halftime, and then he doesn't score much at all in the third, and then he barely scores in the fourth. Ends up with 24. He hit the original line, but he hooked on the bumped line, and it's like, what happened to him? Like he just disappeared completely. Like he was on pace for like almost shooting 40 shots, and he finishes like 23 or 24. Like he just completely shut down, and it's like I don't know. I'm getting into conspiracy theories, but overall it was 2-2. Probably gonna stay away from unders, even if they look beautiful and perfect like that. It'd have to be a guy like I saw the other day. I saw like Cam Thomas under rebounds, and the under had been great, and I was like, I would take that, but I'm not going to. And he ended up going under, and it was just a quiet under that happened. It's just when it looks really good, like this Jordan Poole one, is just they just it never fails. They always have their best game whenever that happens. So I know that was a rant on that. But still 2-2. But we're looking to have winning days, looking to have sweep type of days. Where I know people parlay these things, so we don't want to be missing a couple. So still trying to do my best, dig up this research for you. So with that, God bless you. It's the final round. My name is Jordan. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.